You're now listening to the 11:30 podcast. Enjoy the show. Yo, what it do, everybody? It's your man Dre, aka Dre on Wheels. Y'all already know what it is. Welcome back, everyone, to the 11:30 podcast. What's good, everybody doing out there? It is Wednesday. We back at it, you guys. You know what time it is. It's not 7:30, it's 11:30. It's time for the podcast. Good morning to everyone who's listening to me on EB Radio this morning. And for those who are watching on YouTube, thank you guys so much. Speaking of YouTube, you already know, man. If you're new to the 11:30 podcast, hit that subscribe button down below, like it, leave a comment, and do all that great stuff. And don't forget to follow the 11:30 podcast on all social media platforms. But you guys, like I said, I'm back at it with the podcast this week, man. Got an awesome guest this week. We're going to continue celebrating Black excellence here on the 11:30 podcast here each and every Wednesday. But like I said, got an awesome guest. You guys, coming from Brooklyn, New York. She's a dope music artist. Her name is Deanna Williams. She's going to be joining me here on the 11:30 podcast this week. We're going to chop it up about her music and everything. We're going to have some fun here on the show. But before we do, shout out my guest who was on last week, Dr. Solomon Tension. Appreciate you, my guy, for coming on the show. But speaking of the show, we ain't gonna waste no more time. We're gonna get into it. Deanna, how's it going?
Good morning. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for joining me here on the podcast.
Thank you for having me, man.
Very excited. No problem. How's life treating you?
So far, so good. I'm enjoying some time off, getting some creative endeavors done, making silly, stupid videos, but focusing on some music. And then late February, I'll be hopping back into work. So.
Okay, that's dope. Yeah. That's dope. Well, I appreciate your time and for joining me here on the podcast. Before we get into it, my man, shout out to my guy Kofi Weekston for the Dirty Hills podcast. He's my guy, always supporting the 11:30 podcast. He reached out to me and was like, "Yo, man, you know I dig it. I dig what you're doing. Please get my peoples on the show." I reached out to you and we made this happen. So how you and Dirty, how you and Kofi Kingston meet and stuff?
So shout out to Kofi. We actually have never met in person.
Okay.
So his significant other is a production coordinator or supervisor. I'm sorry, I don't know the official title, but she was on a production that I was working on. And I shared with her that I had music and they listened and he felt it enough to be like, "Yo, what's up?" DM me on Insta and we've been chatting.
Okay, that's what's up. Shout out to my guy Kofi Weekston one more time, man. Appreciate you. Always blessing the podcast with so many different guests, man. But other than that, like I said, it's Black excellence, celebrating Black excellence here on the podcast each and every week. Deanna, I brought you on because I love the music that you're doing and everything that you got going on right now. But before we No problem. You're welcome. Before we dive into everything, for my listeners and viewers joining me this week, you might tell them something about you, introducing yourself. Because every week I always tell my listeners, and also my guests, everyone has a story. So, you might, tell the listeners something about you.
But my name is Deanna Williams. I am Brooklyn born and bred. These past couple years, I've been doing music. Here's the funny story. I started to produce my own record, the one named Quarter, in 2013. And then my iPad updated. I was using GarageBand and I lost everything. So It's not until 2018, 19, I was able to stack a little, get a professional, and then put it out. So it would look like it's been the last couple years that I've been out here. But I just like to make music that I like and I just hope it will resonate with other folk as well. I think that's all any artist could really hope for. But that was the vibes.
All right. You definitely love making music, though. You said you like making certain music. What type of music? You don't think people will vibe to it? Because I dig it. I really do.
No, I do rap, R&B, a mixture of the two. It's just whatever fancies my expression in the moment. Um, so like on my last full record, all the songs kind of have their own different flow to them, have their own
Hmm.
different identity, so to speak, and the only main grouping force is just me. So uh, I don't know if you like rap, you probably won't listen to the whole thing. They're like four songs, you know. Um, but like I said, I just hope the subject matter is
Okay.
enough to bring people's ears into the
Okay.
mix. You know.
Okay. Cool. 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 How long you been doing music?
Actually, so I've been playing the piano since I was like 3, um, and just had more instruments added on as life progressed, clarinet, drums. Um, but actually attempting to make my own music, that was 2013. So, wow, almost a decade?
Yeah, almost 10
That's
years.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've been making your own music for about 10 years now.
Yeah.
What inspired you to like get into music though? Like, was it a hobby of yours or just something you someone inspired you to do?
Uh wow, that's a really good question. I just always loved listening to music. Our household was always full of music. Um So I think I'd always wanted to be able to make my own, but I think what actually lit the fire under my ass, so to speak, was coming out of college, and I just feel like I just had stuff to say.
Okay.
And sometimes different modes of expression just aren't cutting it. So put it to music, make it rhyme. All of a sudden you feel better. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, music is a form of therapy and stuff. So, I mean, was it something you definitely dealing with in life that you just was like, what, I can't express it because we all deal with life with people who judge you or judge people for stupid stuff, and
Right.
yeah, was you going through something that you felt like there's no way to express yourself besides music?
Well, there's one song in particular that kind of speaks to that. It's called Order My Steps. Grew up in the church, very heavy gospel influence on that song. We sample Order My Steps. Um, and it was just a rough time. Like I didn't finish college, so it was just the first year.
Hmm.
Um, and I was like, you know what? I don't know what I want to do with my life, and this is a lot of money to spend not knowing. So I dipped, but that also a lot of expectations were falling on me, and um, maybe self-inflicted. Who knows? But I just felt that. Your sense of self kind of goes through a little muddy water, I suppose. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I definitely understand. Definitely understand. I look at you ain't the only one. I went to community colleges and stuff like that, and it was just, I don't know if this was for me. Is we all got a purpose here in life, as I always said, and your purpose, to make music, and my purpose was to be here talking to different people each and every weekend on the podcast. Because
here we go.
look at because college wasn't my thing. I wasn't about to sit in a classroom after being in school all that time. I mean, like because that's the thing to do, right? I mean your parents say, or you got people or your teachers say, okay, right after high school, you're gonna dive right into college, man. Like,
Right.
look at man, I don't really want to do that. I kind of like want to do what I want to do. So I definitely understand that. You got your own production company, a quarter century, correct?
I do. I did make an LLC. I decided to go the independent route. Um, like Prince and every artist since, well, a lot of artists since, own your
Hmm.
masters, own your things, own your stuff.
Yeah.
So you won't have to go through any of the bullshit that,
Yeah.
a lot of these artists go through. So,
Yeah, definitely, definitely. What some of the challenges you already have faced? Because I know, obviously, like you just said, own your own masters. Because we see with a lot of big name artists who don't even own their own music and stuff like that. So, and hearing people talking about how being independent is, a better route to go. You know,
Mm.
so what type of challenges you certainly facing with that?
I mean, the biggest challenge, of course, is financial, right? Um, it's your own money if that's the route you decide to go. Um, I didn't really search for investors. I've kind of taken on that mindset that like it's mine. I'm gonna do it.
Mm,
Um, but it's mostly because I put myself in a position to be able to. So like
okay.
my day job, uh, I kind of focused on that for about 7 years. So, um, okay, I'm a sound mixer, right? Boom operator, utility, sound department in film and television. So
Okay.
it offers a kind of schedule ease. When you're in it, it's rough, but you can be flexible, so to
Okay.
speak. And it gives you an opportunity to really stack up
Mm.
so you can use that money as, your jump off, your nest egg, so to speak.
Okay. Okay. Cool. 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 I dig it. I dig it. I know about being independent. I don't really besides being here on EB Radio with them blessing me each and every week here.
Yeah.
Every Wednesday, I'm just straight independent. You got to spend your own money to invest in yourself because ain't nobody else going to invest in you. Especially when you just trying to come up. So I definitely
Exactly.
understand that. We all got to support each other. We all definitely got to support each other. You just talked about how you are, you work in the film department, working with TV and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How was that? How did you get into that? Because I'm a big fan of editing and being in production wise and stuff like that. And I think that was the main thing why I wanted to go to college, mass media, to deal with stuff like this. I'm a big geek like that. So how did you get into that?
Well, like I mentioned before, 1 year in college, right? So I'm trying to figure out once I leave what I'm about to do with my life.
Mm,
um, and so I'm actually searching for jobs on Craigslist, and I come across this advertisement for Made in New York. It sounded incredibly too good to be true because they have like a job training program beforehand, and like they give you your driver's license, they pay for it, give you lessons for free. I was like,
okay.
let me see. Um, so I done that. It's a PA training program, so production assistant. Um, they teach you how to talk on a walkie, the basic, responsibilities. Then they had alumni come and talk to us. And then two of them talked about sound, and it sounded amazing. So as soon as I left that program, I specialized in sound. Um, and I just began growing from there. Um, that's
Okay.
basically how we got in. Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. I gotta hit you up for some tips and tricks. Definitely when I definitely get
Sure.
into the film and TV business, because I'm definitely want to hear it that way for real. We was talking off air before, and you was talking about how you worked on a set, the film of Power Ghosts.
Yeah.
You talk about that. How was that experience?
That was actually a really good learning experience, right? In 2019, I joined the union for sound, Local 52. They have a lot of departments in there, unimportant, but um, that was one of the first long-term jobs I'd had, and I was the utility on there. Before I joined, it was like 5 years in to the
Hmm.
sound department, but they're so much more refined in their skill work and how they do things. So I just learned more on top of what I've already known. So it was just like a huge level up as far as my personal experience. But yeah, it was a trip overall.
Okay.
um, a lot of night work. Uh, the plot lines were insane, so it was always fun to read that script every morning of what we
Okay.
were going to be shooting. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
fun
Cool.
experience
Cool.
overall.
Cool, cool, cool. You mentioned you're a big fan of the show. So, are you a fan of how the series ended with the last season?
Oof. I didn't. Okay, so I stopped working on that show before we finished episode 6.
Okay.
So I didn't know Lauren was gonna die, and I was genuinely shocked about that.
Okay.
Um, Saddened, really. She- um, but yeah, no, that was a lot of twist and turning. I don't know where they're gonna pick up from season 3, but it just seems like Tariq cannot stay out of trouble. Can we have him like be okay
Yeah.
for a second?
I don't think he's gonna be okay at all though. I mean, I think he killed his father and stuff, and
Oh well,
him becoming basically ghost. And I don't think he's gonna be okay. He's trying to get out of the business, but I know it's gonna kind of like draw him back in though. So I don't know. I don't know. I was definitely I can't think of the dude right now who got shot. He was trying to get on the plane, and Zeke.
oh Zeke,
Yeah,
yeah.
I said for a minute, I was like, okay, I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna come back with season 3 and they're gonna reveal, okay, he's still alive, he didn't get shot, but then got the call at the end, and he's dead, and I was just like, yo, that's crazy because the moment everything comes out about your age, with the whole basketball situation and on that uh um Murray J. Blige wasn't, his auntie was his actual mom and all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just so many crazy. And then he wound up, getting shot and everything. So it's just so much, man. So much typical stuff though. Like I'm a big fan of the show. I'm really looking forward to uh the new season and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I
I
really
believe they're
am.
shooting already. So
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
That's gonna be dope. That's gonna be dope. But you guys, man, we're gonna move on here on the 11:30 podcast. Deanna, I always ask my guests each and every week, what inspires you?
Mm, mm. I'm gonna actually say this deeply rooted sense of ambition. That's what
Okay.
really drives me. Inspiration. I honestly, and please don't think this is a cop out, but I tend to find inspiration in almost everything. Everything that I watch or see is definitely a learning experience, right?
Mhm.
Any TV show that I watch, it's like that was a really well written scene or that was really great acting. Like anything that I hear, it's like maybe I don't mess with the beat, but that rhyme was crazy. Um,
Mhm.
I just like to take it all in, you know.
Okay. Okay. Hey,
Life
hey,
inspires me, I guess.
hey, you're right about that. I dig that. I dig the answer though. It's no right or wrong answer to that question. I always ask, because everything sort of inspired me a little bit, what you just said. Everything that I sort of watch. I'm a big wrestling fan, so the stories of guys, making it, with wrestling or just anybody, just making it football or just inspiring stories, really, really inspires me and stuff like that. Just knowing that, just don't let nobody tell you no, and anything is definitely possible. So, I definitely dig it. Definitely don't let nothing, stop you. You gotta keep letting find everything to keep you going and keep you inspired. But Deanna, you mentioned your music. You got some dope music out right now. You got your latest EP out right now, Quarter Century, that's available on Spotify for everyone who's listening right now. They can go out and check it out and stuff like that. Can you tell my listeners about your latest EP? And we're gonna get to the music video here. Yes, you guys, we're gonna play the Anna music video, IDKN, just a bit. But yes, you have a EP out right now. Can you tell my listeners about it?
So Quarter, I released it when I was 25, hence the name Quarter. It has 6 songs, 17 minutes. A very nice, cute little listen. A train ride, if you will. But it's very much a journey throughout my, I guess I'll say, psyche, right? The first song is pretty upbeat and it's pretty cool. It's like, hey, welcome in. The second song is like, well, it kind of slaps you in the face with bars.
Okay.
um, that third joint is like it simmers back down a bit, still a little bit more bars, but uplifting. Then we have the R&B joint. It's full on singing. Um, it's called Sweet Potatoes. All these songs have a very like
cool
specific
mixing tool.
story behind them. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
That's what I was definitely asking you about because I was definitely vibing to all of them. So I was like, the website that you gave me to, and I was listening to, and it had the meaning and like you said, the vibe to it. So I definitely dig that. I definitely dig that. For everyone, you said it's called Quarter, right?
Order. Yeah.
Yeah, Quarter. It's available right now, you guys. It's the EP out right now on Spotify and wherever you get your music at. But you guys, speaking of music, I have Deanna here. We're gonna play her latest single out right now called IDKN. Deanna, you wanna go ahead and do the honors and tell everyone, introduce your new video?
Here's my new video for IDKN. It's a cool little visual. Enjoy. Here we go. Disproved. Rico, the brass, please.
What?
Yo, what the fuck is this, man? Why do you have this out of protection? All he did was renege on a spades game with money on it. Bro, you need to lose his life. Give me the brass, man. Been acting real crazy hanging out with them others. Give me this shit, nigga. What the fuck?
Oh, Deanna. That was dope right there. I don't know nothing about nothing, man. For real, it was a hot single. Yeah. Deanna, tell everyone about the video and the concept about it, and when you guys shot the video, it seemed like a really, real fun thing.
Yeah, man. So IDKN means I don't know nothing, right? So I don't know nothing about no gun. And I'm just gonna be real with you. I don't know shit about guns. So I'm not gonna sit here and cap for anybody. I'm just gonna make a dope ass song about the truth.
I like
and that it can be done. But yeah, the video is just a bunch of gun references and like I said, like all of my hammers are in the shed. I put a literal shed full of hammers, no guns. Colt 45, we just wanted to actually bring the visual to the lyrics, and that's what happened. It was a hella good time though. Friends came through. We told them to act a fool, dance a little something. And yeah, they were down with it. So
hey, that's what's up. I can definitely tell everyone had fun with that. What made you want to write a more positive song for the youth or just for people in general?
Right. So it's kind of layered, right? The way it was conceived, so to speak, was I was watching I was watching TV and an NRA commercial came on, and I was like, I've never seen one of these before, but also, okay. And I was like, well, I don't know shit about guns, so. And then I was like, that's interesting. Then I did an exercise on wordplay, but yeah, like I said, it's really the truth. Okay. Now, it's not to be confused as me saying anti-gun, right? I'm a Black woman in America. It's complicated. But the truth of the matter is I haven't shot anybody. I've never owned a gun. I don't know shit about guns. I don't know nothing about no gun.
I like it. You got to speak the facts in the music because, hey, it'll get all misconstrued up, and stuff like that. People don't be speaking facts in their rap music nowadays, man. So I definitely dig it. Deanna. I appreciate you coming through and dropping your latest single, I Don't Know Nothing About No Guns. For real. You guys can go check it out on YouTube, for real. Right now, the links will be down below, for real. But you guys, man, this has been an awesome show. We vibing out here with Deanna Williams here on the 1130 podcast, celebrating Black excellence each and every Wednesday. We're going to take a quick, short commercial break. And when we come back on the other side, we got the WTF moment still to come. We got the hot seat. We got more. We're going to have some fun. You're listening and you're watching to the 1130 podcast. You dig?
TV is killer, but the way we watch it is not. So, let's do something else.
Like what?
Like channel surf with a swipe.
What are you talking about?
Talking about watch live TV wherever.
Like a food court, sir?
Sir, lady, but yeah.
Oh, baptisms.
Yup. In a car? Uh-huh. But not like that.
Like this.
Oh, family boat trip!
Are we still doing this? Yes, and record as many shows as you want.
There have to be some limits here, right?
Storage limits? Nah. Oh, hey man, throw that up on the TV. Woo!
One thing, you didn't mention the price.
Oh, yeah. $35 a month.
Get out of town.
I know. TV, like, actually made for us. Finally.
Finally.
Yeah, finally.
Yo, what up? This your boy Kenneth Stones, aka Coffee Weaston.
This your boy DOE Good Brother Bowl.
And we are the Dirty Hills. You already know, man, you tuning in to 11:30 podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Not 7:30, but 11:30.
Dude, that's my job. Not 7:30, but 11:30.
Yeah. And you have been Dirty Hills approved.
Yo, we back here on EB Radio and YouTube. Appreciate everyone sticking with me throughout the short commercial break. I have music artist, entrepreneur Deanna Williams from Brooklyn, New York, joining me here this week on the 11:30 podcast. Chopping it up, man, just about music and everything. As you before the commercial break, we played her awesome new video. The link will be down below, you guys, if you missed it here on the radio or if you missed it watching here this morning on YouTube. But nonetheless, like I said, celebrating Black excellence all month long, every Wednesday here on the 11:30 podcast, which I feel in this Black History Month this month, which I feel like Black History Month or Black History should be celebrated all year long, not just 1 month out of the year, but hey, that's what it is, though. Yes, you're right. What does Black History means to you?
Black history is just the foundation of my history, honestly. It is what has happened and is what to come, right? I hope I didn't mess that up, but Black history is just all the examples of how I can move forward, how we can all move forward. There was the blueprint, and now this time we're in is about that action.
Yeah, you're right. And it's been for, Black America, it's been, rough for a long time. And either though, we may seem like we are, getting the light at the end of the tunnel, it seemed like we take a couple of steps back, but nonetheless, nobody can hold the Black culture down. And other than than that, we try to stay strong. I think Black history should never be it should never stop being taught to the youth for years and years to come, because man, we've been through a lot. We came a long way, and like I said, from I'm just the 11:30 podcast. I just been doing this for about 2 years, and I'm blessed and I'm proud that I got as far as I come in 2 years or whatever. But I'm not interviewing no Michelle Obama. I'm talking to Deanna Williams here. And last week it was Dr. Solomon. So I try to reach out to young entrepreneurs who people have not heard of, and to give them an opportunity, a spotlight to share what they got going on, because like I said, we just getting started, and nobody's gonna really take you serious until you really get popping. So I always definitely love sharing the spotlight with my guests each and every week. So that's Black History, man. Black History should be celebrated every month, every day too, for real. So that's that. But you guys, man, we're gonna keep it moving on here on the podcast, man. It's time for the WTF moment of the week. Yes. WTF moment of the week. Each and every week, Deanna, I always share a WTF moment of the week, whether it's something you heard, seen, read, saw, whatever the case may be. You would like to go first? You want to share a WTF moment?
A WTF moment. Oh, here we go. All right. Actually, I don't know. You know what? No, I'm sorry. I ain't got it.
Okay, you sure? You sure about that one?
I'm sure.
Okay, all right. I got two of them, you guys. I got two of them. Two WTF moments of the week. Since I got Deanna, I'm gonna start with this one. While we on the music stuff. The baby, seen with his whole entourage, at a bowling alley. Really, y'all couldn't take this outside. Y'all all sliding and slipping and sliding all on the bowling alley floor. Like it just don't make sense at all.
That's really it looked like a slapstick routine.
And I think that's what it is, though. Like for real, like nobody is. They getting one punch in, sliding back down. One punch, like y'all all look stupid. Y'all grown ass men fighting at the bowling alley, though. For real, which are non-bowling. Just come on, WTF all the way. Okay, another WTF moment, and it's sort of a question. Also, I want to ask you guys for everyone's listening. Also, Deanna. Okay, all right. I can't remember where this took place at. But in the East Coast and somewhere in the country, it snows a whole lot, of course, in the winter. Big snow, big snow. Okay. You're in your house, you chilling Saturday, Sunday, or whatever day it may be, and you get a knock at the door. It's two kids. The kids come knocking at your door. They got shovels in their hand. And they say, "Hey, ma'am, we just shoveled your driveway and we cleared it out." And as you can see, they cleared it out. They shoved it. They did their thing, and they asked you for $60 though. What do you do? Yeah, I know. I see your face. Yes. And this actually happened though. They cleared the driveway, went over to the neighbor, and was like, "Yo, man, we want $60 though." The neighbor was like, "Hold up, wait a minute. I think that's a little bit too much. $60 for no driveway. First of all, I ain't asked you to do it. Second of all, who sent you over here?" And they went to go get their mom. To me, it sounded like a setup though. But what was your thoughts on this though? And would you pay $60 for someone to snowplow your driveway?
Here's the real of it, right? You don't work for free. You don't work until you're hired.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the first mistake. As far as I know, almost everybody in my hood, you knock on the door first. "Hey, you want this shit out? You want this shit cleared?" "Yes, bet." 40, cool, done. You don't, like I said, don't work for free. And then $60. How big was the driveway?
That's what I was saying. Like, how big is this driveway for $60 though?
Right, because I was about to do it anyway.
I mean, yeah. Like, I don't know. It depends on how. Like I said, if they went to go get their mom, I would have maybe just on a generous, just okay. Maybe this just the day that I'm feeling to bless these kids. I may just maybe, but they went to go get their mom, and everything like that. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. This sounded like a scheme. You sent these two boys over here to clear my snow out so y'all can get $60 though.
Right.
Nah,
what did
man.
mom end up doing? She ended up screaming on the neighbor?
Yeah, it was like, hold up, wait a minute. They asked you for $60, what's going on? They came over here, they cleared your snowplow. Like, what did they do wrong? These some kids. Like, what did you like? But me personally though, like I would have been like, hold up, wait a minute. Like I fight kids today. we gonna be fighting today. Like, come on, ain't nobody tell you 5-year-old and the 8-year-old to come over here to no. And the fact that the mom gonna send them. I mean, look here, I understand, like you said, they don't work for free. And also, you're trying to, you gotta earn some money. You gotta teach the little boy something, some responsibility, and especially if the dad ain't around or whatever. But WTF all the way. I heard that and I thought that was crazy as a must. $60 though. $60 damn dollars.
That's the damn part.
All right, you guys. We're gonna keep the fun moving on, you guys, man, here on the podcast. It's time for the 11:30 podcast hot seat. Okay, all right. It's time for the hot seat. Deanna, I got 6 questions for you and we're gonna roll with it. You ready?
All right.
Okay, all right. If you could collaborate with any past or current music group or music artist, who would it be?
I have 2. 3. Okay. Andre 3000, No Name, Young M.A.
Okay. Andre 3000. I love how that's on the top of the list. We haven't heard from Andre 3000 in a long time, though.
It's a real blessing if you get a verse from.
Yeah, I know, right? It is. And young Ma, yeah, she's hot. She's hot. I love it. All right. What annoys you the most?
Ooh, people who chew with their mouth open. Or people who
Yeah.
throw shit at me. Ooh, I hate
Okay.
that.
Okay. Yeah. I'm with you. Nobody like a loud smacker though. You sitting there just smacking with your mouth open. Come on, man. Come on. What song always gets you out on the dance floor?
Ooh, ¿qué tengo que hacer? It's like reggaeton. That genre always gets me out on the dance floor. A little salsa.
A little salsa.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You got some dance moves. You be having some dance moves specialized, when you get on the dance floor.
Hell no. It's just the beat.
Okay, I can dig it. I can definitely dig it. If you had the chance to go back a century, what would you change?
A century? There's a lot to change.
Yeah.
A specific thing. What would that have been? The 20 somethings? The 20, yeah, 21. I guess for the well-being of the country, I would have warned them against all the credit shit they were doing to avoid the Great Depression.
Okay.
I don't know. But, I mean, it is Black History Month, right? That's for the good of the whole country, but there's too many to count.
Yeah, I know. Was one first come to mind though?
I'll just be like, yo, listen to Marcus Garvey when he comes around, all right?
Okay. All right. If you had a warning label on it, what would it say?
Beware sarcasm.
Oh, beware sarcasm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a buddy, who was very, sarcastic, but nobody understood it though. It was always a funny, sarcastic, dude, but nobody understood it. But me though. But yeah, that's that sometimes. All right. What obstacle you have overcome to be here?
Brokenness.
Brokenness. Yeah. Hey, that is definitely an obstacle.
Yeah, I mean, right? Like, I left college 1 year. You feel like your prospects are gone. You kind of have to start over from scratch. And then just overcoming that burden of not knowing. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. Look at it. Cool. There's no right or wrong answer. Deanna Williams, I appreciate you joining me this week here on the 1130 podcast. It was awesome time having you. Dope time. Thank you for coming through and everything, chatting with your music and, you just being an entrepreneur within yourself. Before you go, you have any questions, any shout outs, any thing you'd like to say?
Shout out to my mom and my daddy, my brother, Lawrence Williams. He played the bass on a lot of the tracks on the record. So check it out. He's out here. Sydney, love you, fam. And yeah, that's it. Oh, check out my homie, Olivia K. She has a band, Olivia K and the Parkers. Go stream her stuff. She got a new record out. Yeah.
Okay, that's dope. Once again, Deanna Williams, I appreciate you coming through. For everyone who's listening on EB Radio and for everyone watching, all the links will be down below. Go stream her latest music. Go check out the video if you want to check it out again. For real, once again, Deanna, stay safe, stay blessed, and thank you for coming on this show this week here on the 1130 podcast.
Thank you for having me. I had fun.
Everyone has something to say, a story to tell. We make it easy to share yours. So let's talk.
Regardless of your podcast setup, hit record. And from there, whether your podcast reaches 10 people or 10 million, we can help you get heard wherever listeners are.
And who knows, maybe even quit your day job.
But no matter who hears you, it's about connecting and sharing something from your perspective.
It's about having a voice and using it without anything standing in your way. Say it all with Anchor.
Yo, Deanna Williams, I appreciate you joining me this week here on the 1130 podcast. It was an awesome time having you on. Really great time for you to come on, chat about your music. Working, in production and, the TV sound department with the show Power. Like, I'm loving the show right now, man. Like I said early in the show, when Zeke got shot, I was like, oh man, I got a good feeling what they're gonna do right here. They're gonna wait till the next season 3 roll around, and they're gonna be like, all right, Zeke in the hospital, he good. But they broke that news, man. I'm like, oh man, this don't get real good, man. Tyreek can't stay out of trouble. No, he cannot stay out of trouble at all. Man, like everything from you coming on. I love the hit song IDKN. I don't know nothing about no guns. Look at, I ain't shot no gun. I don't know nothing about nothing for real. So that was awesome. Thank you for allowing me to play the song and the video here for my listeners and my watchers here on YouTube. That was a dope thing. But yeah, Deanna Williams, man, keep doing your thing, keep killing it in the music game. And yo, shout out to my guy Kofi Weekston, one half of the Dirty Hill podcast, and shout out to Good Brother Bold also. Shout out to Kofi Weekston for hooking this up and having Deanna Williams come on this month, February, as I'm celebrating Black Excellence all month long here, every Wednesday here on the podcast. So that was awesome, man. Really, really awesome. Speaking of awesome, man, before we head on out of here, we got a little bit of things I want to chat about, you guys. Speaking of awesome, this past Sunday, the Super Bowl went down. And yes, indeed, it was an awesome event. It really was. We had the Los Angeles Rams going up against the Cincinnati Bengals. It was a nail biter. I loved every bit of it, man. Like, I follow my man Rocky on Instagram, favorite wrestler of all time, man. And I'm just getting something out of the refrigerator, and that said, finally. He said, finally. And I turned around. I was like, oh, no, wait a minute. That's my man Rocky, man. But he opening up the Super Bowl, man, and yo, it was dope. The score, was 23-20 in the final. And I just love how far, the football game goes. It wasn't really too much flags going on. And everybody was like, bro, if this end in like a tie or this go to overtime, bro, like, oh man, I really don't know what to do. And the field goal that I believe, Los Angeles missed early in the game when the kicker or the holder dropped the ball, that almost bit them in the ass in the long run, though. But nonetheless, man, Joe Burrow, young guy, he's fresh, he drip, man. The drippest guy in the whole NFL right now. But second year in the league, like I was telling my guys commission last week, I'm not really a big sports, fanatic and knowing stats or anything, man. I watch it, I hear it, I'm intrigued, I like it, I'm entertained or whatever. But from what I see, he got the whole future ahead of him. He got a couple of more, not even a couple of more. He got many more years of football ahead of him. Hopefully, everything is on his side, and hopefully he can come back, and win a Super Bowl one day. And man. So shout out to the Los Angeles Rams. They won. They almost didn't win. Joe Burrow go down with a knee injury for a quick second. Then you had Matt Stanford. He go down with, I think it was a ankle injury. And then Odell Beckham. The everything that he done been through from, being with the New York Giants and being with the Cleveland Browns, thinking that was going to work out for a little bit, but didn't. And now he coming to the Los Angeles Rams and making it all the way here, man. I was just like, I don't keep up with the brother all enough, but from what they was telling me and the story that I've been hearing, time from time with Odell Beckham, I was like, bro, like if they did not win, man, he would have just been a very upset Odell, put it like that. But the fact that they won, he kissed, hopefully it was his girlfriend, I'm not sure, but he kissed the baby bump, like I can't wait to see my fiance again so I can kiss the baby bump for real. But yeah, man, like that was awesome, man. The whole game was just awesome, and it came down to it was a play that did not call, a foul that wasn't called, was a face mask, and it was also a holding call. So I knew it was going to come down to like the wire, where it was just like, okay, No flags, nothing was thrown all game long. And then we get to the last 2 minutes and stuff. Now you want to start throwing flags. But man, like I said, man, it was an awesome game. And of course, we had, for everybody, some were there just for the commercials. Look at the game within itself, and of course, what I'm about to get to, the halftime show outdid everything else. It was one commercial that I really enjoyed. It was right before the Pepsi halftime show. It was the NFL Little Buddies. It was, a bunch of animated football players. It was a bunch of them, and it was the girl and a little boy and brothers and sisters or whatever, and they came out the screen and was messing up the house and everything. I think that was the only cool commercial. It was another one, but I cannot think of it. Cannot think of it right now. But yes, the Super Bowl halftime show, everyone. Woo, man. Was that gotta been the greatest Super Bowl halftime show ever, right? Like, come on, we ain't gonna forget that Janet Jackson showed us a boob, all those years ago. We ain't gonna forget all the great legends that's graced the Super Bowl stage. No, but man, this gotta been the greatest Super Bowl halftime show ever, man, for real. We had Dr. Dre, the legend, man, and they in LA on the West Coast. Like, it just made sense for everything. Snoop Dogg, and then hearing, a couple of days ago, on Monday, that Snoop Dogg, was seen smoking weed right before he came out. Who cares? This was one of the greatest performance of all time, and to find out weed is legal there in California right now. If I'm not getting that wrong or not, like, who cares? Like, that's what Snoop Dogg does. Like, and like I said, who kills? He killed it though. He killed it on the stage. Kendrick Lamar, man, like, I really love what he did, man. He killed it. Eminem, love what he did, and love the fact that he took that knee at the end, and just bowing his head. I love what he did by taking that knee, man, for real. That was kind of showing respect to Colin Kaepernick, and everything he went through with the NFL, and him taking the knee. We've been through that with the NFL, So, man, like I said, bro, and come on, Mary J. Blige, bro. Mary J. Blige was just trending for real. The knee-high boots. All I was just thinking about, Murray, if you please don't fall. I understand y'all did this rehearsals, but please don't fall, Murray. But man, she is good for that. She is still kicking and rocking. Obviously, still on the show Power. But man, the Super Bowl halftime show, man, was off the chain, man. I gotta say that was the best one. The best one, for real. Loved it. Loved every bit of it. And come on, 50 Cent, though, my man been eating real good, He's sitting back watching Power like, man, this shit good, man, for real. Tyreek, man, you a gangster. For real, bro. Like, oh, man. But, yeah, that was a throwback, with 50 Cent hanging upside down. I was like, oh, shit, I remember that video. We in the club. But, yeah, man, like I said, greatest halftime show of all time. I want to know you guys' thoughts. What are you guys' thoughts of the Super Bowl halftime show and the Super Bowl in general? I think shout out to the kicker. He played for the Cincinnati Bengals. My man stood out there the entire halftime show and watched the halftime performance. They showed that little clip of it right before they were about to come back to the game. And I was saying, yo, if they win, if the Cincinnati Bengals win, he's going to be on. He's going to be at the desk on NFL Network. He's going to be talking about that. That's going to be a highlight moment. You feel me? But obviously they did not win, and yeah, I don't think that was like I would have went back there with my team, try to hype them up. Yo, even though I'm the only guy who just kicks the ball, but hey, he was out there the whole time. And then the other guy, I don't even know his name. He was inactive. They was like, yeah, he's going to be inactive for a little while longer after this. He just ran on the field just for celebrating. So come on, bro. Come on, like. Oh man, yo! I hope everybody enjoyed their Valentine's Day, man. This past Monday, I called Babe and was like, "Yo, Babe, happy Valentine's Day." She said, "Man, you better go ahead with that shit for real. We don't celebrate Valentine's Day." She said she call it National Get Some Ass Day. It's a National Get Some Ass Day, and she's like, "Baby, you look at it. I'm pregnant. I'm pregnant right now, so." Hey, look at we ain't got to celebrate that one day out of the whole year. You feel me? But I hope everybody Valentine's Day was lovely. yeah, to everybody, once again, if you haven't heard it for someone and someone ain't tell you, if you didn't have a loved one this year or whatever, happy Valentine's Day, so yeah, man, that's that. She said it was national get some ass day, right? Ain't that right, babe? Yo, man, this was an awesome show for real. Thank you once again to Deanna Williams. Thank you so much for coming through this week here on the 1130 podcast. Yes, man, celebrating Black excellence each and every week here, every Wednesday here on the 1130 podcast. So we're gonna continue doing it next week, you guys. So come back for real next week here on the podcast. But before I go, you know what time it is. Don't forget to follow the 1130 podcast on all social media platforms. Follow me on Twitter at the 1130 podcast, like the 1130 podcast on Facebook. Subscribe to the 1130 podcast on YouTube if you haven't done so already. Like it, leave a comment in it, tell a friend about the 1130 podcast. And also, the 1130 podcast apparel store. Get you some gear. Hit the link in the bio at the 1130 podcast _ Instagram page. Any other Instagram page that got the 1130 podcast, you make sure you block them for real. Report them. I'm the only 1130 podcast, man. So yes, man, this has been an awesome show. And also, you guys, the 1130 podcast Talk Pro Wrestling, all new episode coming this Friday. And starting this Friday, the 1130 podcast Talk Pro Wrestling episode will be streaming on YouTube at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 12 noon Central. So tune in, you guys. Yes, and the audio version will now be released the day after. So tune in on YouTube, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 12 noon Central, and tune in for a new episode of the 1130 podcast. And once again, the audio version will be uploaded the day after. Man, this has been an awesome show. Man, I'm loving this, man. I'm loving it. Yes, I'm gonna be a dad, man. I'm on a high right now. I'm on a thrill. I'm still nervous though. So all my dads out there, send in your tips, man. Any advice, let me know. But yo, man, it's been another great one. I hope everybody enjoy the rest of their Wednesday. Stay blessed, stay safe. Give all the glory to God, man. Won't he do it, yo? Yo, it's your man Dre, aka Dre on Wheels, and I'm out.